So, hello and welcome back to Twisted Wonderland. This time from my guest room where I currently have a Zoom theme going on in the middle of Crowley's office because I think he needs to take some responsibility for once. As you probably already can tell by the title, this video is going to be a little bit special. Today I'm going to talk about my predictions for the 2025 showcase schedule on the English server of Twisted Wonderland. Now some of you guys might find this topic already a bit familiar, and that is because a few days ago I actually did a live stream for the first time. We've been talking about the current winter holiday event that's going on, we've been exploring some guest rooms, and I've also talked about my 2025 predictions there. Now the reason why the stream isn't available anymore is because I turned it to private, because I did have some unfortunate technical issues going on during that stream. So what happened was the program I'm using for recording and streaming, which is OBS, had an update exactly on the day that I was trying to stream. And normally updates don't really change anything in your settings. So I just clicked on the update and installed it, thinking to myself, what's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen was that one of my filters that I'm using for my microphone was completely affected by this update. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but that filter caused my microphone setting to try and suppress my voice. So it kind of sounded like the beginning of my sentence would be loud and then it would be suppressed down in the middle of the sentence. And it sounded pretty odd. Oh, they like deck a lot. Deck rooms are always interesting. So yeah, not good. And sadly enough, I didn't realize what was going on until after the stream was over. This is the reason why I'm making this video now, so that I can go over my predictions once more, because I actually put a lot of effort into this. Also, big shout out to the people who actually went to my stream, liked the stream, stuck around, talked to me. You guys rock! You just kept me company in those trying times. I cannot be more grateful. You guys are absolute troopers. So for you guys alone, I already swore to myself that I want to improve my audio quality as much as possible. I can't currently afford the most expensive microphone, but I'm doing my best. And I'm definitely going to learn more about video editing and stuff. Anyway, that brings us to the main topic of this video. Since the stream didn't work that well, I wanted to go over my 2025 predictions once again, because I actually did put a lot of effort into those. And so I think it's time to go over them once more. Before I begin, just a disclaimer for people who are new to the game or who might only play on the English side of Twisted Wonderland, which I do myself. While I will try not to spoil anything, there will be some upcoming cards that will be a little bit of a spoiler. I'm not going to show any pictures, I'm not going to show any groovies. I'm not going to go into deep descriptions of the cards. The only thing I'm going to say is such and such characters probably going to have an SSR released around that and that time. That's basically all I'm going to go over. Okay, without further ado, without any more introductions, let's go over to the predictions. Okay, first of all, we are going over January 2025. Now, January is the most easy month to predict because it's very close by and we usually have a pretty set schedule in that month. We have two birthdays in January. We have Lydia's birthday on the 1st of January and we have Melias's birthday on the 18th. As with every year, we're going to have New Year's celebrations and also Sam's New Year's sale for 2025, which will probably give us two new SSRs this year, which is going to be New Year's Rook and New Year's Stray SSR. Now, I'm personally not going to go for the SSRs. I'm probably going to try for Jade's SR, and that's it. But for all the Rook and Stray fans, I hope you can get your hands on one of your favorites. Then we have a little bit of time in between the New Year celebrations and the 3rd anniversary. And that time span usually is filled by something smaller. So the things that could happen here is maybe a book 7 release, maybe another clubwear outfit, but I didn't think that would happen because we only recently had Spell Drive Leona, so I don't think that will happen here. And I don't think it will be another book 7 update, although it could happen, because the next book 7 update is going to give us a lot of reruns. I don't think they're going to do that before the 3rd anniversary. That's exactly why I placed the Culinary Crucible here. Now, on the English side of things, we're only missing one Culinary Crucible, and that is of Azul and Orpho. So I thought to myself, okay, we might as well. Why couldn't we place the Culinary Crucible here? Now, if I'm right, that would mean that Orphan will probably get 2 SRs this month, because he also gets one during New Year's, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, and after that last culinary crucible, we're going to then move on to the 3rd anniversary. So for people new to the game, what will the anniversary be about? We're gonna have a lot of special showcases going on. You probably can try your hands on pretty much all the dorm cards. We're also going to have the standard banner up again, and when you roll for the standard banner, which will be turned into a special banner, you're going to earn coins, and with those coins you can exchange certain cards that will return from certain events and birthday cards and everything else. So it's a pretty useful event to have. Now, I personally don't know if I'm going to roll for it or not. Still debating on it, because I did spend a lot of gems lately. But we'll see what happens. Okay. And with January out of the way, we're going to move on to February. Okay. In February, we are going to have 2 more birthdays. Cater on the 4th and Azul on the 24th. And also, since we're on the English server, this means that we're going to start a new birthday series with Cater's birthday. So, we're going to finish up the birthday broom series with Lilia and Malleus, and we're going to start the Platinum Jacket series most likely with Cater and Azul. As for my predictions for February, I think we might be getting a new part of Book 7, Part 7, which would also mean that we're going to get a rerun of Cerberus Awful, General Lilia, and Eternal Knight Sebek. So if anyone is missing out on one of those cards, this is your chance to get it. I also think we might be getting a new joint exam. So the way I calculated joint exam is, I found out that usually joint exams turn out every 3 months or so. There are exceptions, like sometimes they do switch things around, but most of the time joint exams appear every 3 months. And then we're gonna have something a bit bigger. A bit bigger. That's the first big spoiler that we're going to have. So yeah, as you can probably see, we might be getting a Dia Crowley special SSR around that time. Now, if you played the Japanese server, you already know that the teachers all might be getting their own SSRs, which is pretty exciting. And in addition to that, there's apparently a new gameplay mode attached to that. I'm not playing on the Japanese servers, I don't know what this is all about, but I think this would be an interesting thing to do right after the anniversary. So I think if they're going to release it, they might be releasing it in February as well. Then I have another prediction, but that one is a bit more vague. There might be a Beanfest rerun, but that's actually not sure, because while the Japanese server did have a Beanfest rerun around the time last year, the English server actually did already have a Beanfest rerun, but only for Beanfest 2, not for Beanfest 1. That's one of the 2 events that I'm personally missing in my archives, is because they never did a rerun of it in the 2nd year. So yeah, this is just a complete other vague, maybe perhaps there will be a Beanfest rerun at some point. We never know. Okay, with that being said, we're going to move on from February to March. So in March, we have 1 birthday, that being Sebek's birthday on the 17th. March, I didn't really fit much into it. I didn't know what I could put here. I do think there might be a multi-dome training camp. I do think we might be getting the Portfest rerun. Portfest was a summer event that we actually on the English server had like 1.5 years ago. So honestly, might be getting Portfest rerun soon. And we might also get the new club card series, which is going to be for the Mountain Lovers Club Jade's SSR. Now Jade being the only person in the Mountain Lovers Club is pretty obvious that he might be getting his own SSR here. Yeah, that is purely based on how I would calculate it from now until then. So after March, which is a pretty calm month, I then moved on to April. So April is a bit more filled with stuff, even though it doesn't look like it. We have 2 birthdays. We have Will on the 9th and Raggy on the 18th. And I also placed the Tapis Rouge hometown event here. Now the reason why I placed this event here is because the English server and also the Japanese server, they do something very interesting. They usually place certain events around people's birthdays, very close by to people's birthdays. So since the Tapis Rouge event is Will's hometown event, and Will is getting a new SSR during that time, there is a slight possibility that they might release it either at the end of March or somewhere in April, because it's very close by to his own birthday. So for all the Will fans, keep that in mind. March, April, you should probably prepare and save up a little bit. And then at the end of the month, I have calculated that we might be getting Book 7 Part 8, where we might also get a new Rook SSR, so Pomfiore might actually have a lot of stuff to do in April. Also, by the way, the method I'm calculating the Book 7 parts is, so currently we are about 11 months behind the Japanese server, and that has been a pretty consistent thing so far. It can change, obviously, I can't see into the future, but there's a slight possibility that we will be like 11 months behind the Japanese servers. Okay, with April being done, we're now going to move on to May. Alright, we have 2 birthdays in that month. We have Apple on the 6th and Silver on the 15th of May. So for May, I calculated that we might be getting our first Culinary Crucible rerun. Now that is also a bit weird because same with the Beanfest event, the English server actually already had a little bit of a Culinary Crucible rerun. We had like a multi-banner with, I think, in 6 of the culinary cards in one banner where we were rolling on them. So I don't know how they're going to handle the Culinary Crucible reruns on the English server. So this is just my personal prediction, based on what the Japanese server has done. I personally would like for them to re-release it that way. If we do it the same way the Japanese server does, then we will be getting a rerun of Riddle's SR, Silver's SR, Trey's SR, and Kalim's SR. And we also might be getting another joint exam based on the 3-month difference. Another thing I calculated is that we might be getting the Cloud Calling event rerun at the end of the month. Now, few of you will know that this event is actually currently going on in the Japanese server. They're currently having their rerun. So you might be wondering why I've been placing this so early. Well, the reason is because we're also, in addition to the Cloud Calling rerun, are getting a new Deuce SSR. So similar to Will's Silk Adorned outfit and Jamil's Harveston outfit, Deuce is going to get his own Lion Garb gear. Now, just like Will and Jamil in those events, this card will not have any connections to the event itself, will probably have no vignette, it's just going to be the outfit for the character and the design for the character. So yeah, don't get excited, there's nothing else special going on here. And the reason I placed this event so early is because in the next month, which is June, we're going to have Deuce's birthday. And I think if they're going to do a Cloud Calling rerun very soon, then they're going to probably want to place it near Deuce's birthday, because Deuce fans will probably want to roll for the Cloud Calling card, and they also will want to roll for his birthday card at the same time. That being said, in June we have, like I said, Deuce's birthday on the 3rd, and we're also going to have Kalim's birthday on the 25th. Another thing that could happen in this month is that we might get another special teacher SSR, this time Cruel's SSR. So yeah, Cruel's also getting his own SSR. We also might be getting another multi-dom training camp, that's just arbitrary, I don't know if it will happen. We also might be getting a Spell Drive Club multi-banner. So usually a few months after the last club card is released, they usually release a multi-banner for that club. And I think June would be interesting for the Spell Drive Club multi-banner, because they will also have like Leona's birthday next month. And then we might also get Book 7 Part 9, which would also give us a new Kalim SSR. So for the Kalim fans, this might be a bit interesting to you, because as I said, Kalim's birthday is on the 25th, and if we get Book 7 Part 9, we will get another Kalim SSR. So you might be saving up for 2 SSRs in June, if my calculations are correct. So keep that in mind and, you know, try to save up, don't panic. We can all get through this. Now, the Kalim fans will suffer in June, but I personally think July is going to be my personal suffer month, and that is because there's a lot of SSRs I calculated into this month that I would like to have. So, we're moving on to July 2025. July is Leona's birthday month on the 27th. We are also usually getting an Anime Expo promo in the beginning of the month. That has happened twice so far, so I don't think that will be replaced. I also calculated that we might be getting a Gaga Studies Club Malleus SSR during that time. So yeah, just like Jade is going to get his Soul Club gear, we are going to get the other Soul Club member of the Gaga's Studies Club, which is Malleus. That might happen in July. Now, my personal nemesis in this entire year, in 2025, that I'm personally looking for, is Book 7 Part 10. Book 7 Part 10 is going to release in addition to a Jade SSR and a Floyd SSR. As a fan of both Floyd and Leona, July might actually kill me, and I also want this Jade card and maybe also that Malleus card. July might be a bit heavy. July might be filled with a lot of things if my calculations are correct. And like I said, it's all subject to change. I am not a member of the English server's development team. I am just here making calculations based on past events. Okay, with July out of the way and with a lot of things happening in July, we're moving straight into August, which also has a lot of things going on. We have Orpha's birthday on the 14th and Riddle's birthday on the 24th. We might be getting another joint exam, and we might also get a Playful Land rerun. So the last Halloween event was the Playful Land event, as you all know. And usually the English server does reruns of the Halloween events in the following August of the next year, so we might be getting a Playful Land rerun in August. That would also mean that in addition to the SSRs we already had on the Playful Land event, we're going to get a new SSR, which is going to be Ernesto Falworth's or Fellow Honest's SSR, depending on which name you use. It would also have Gino in addition in that card, so if you really like Fellow Honest, which I actually personally really do, you might want to save up for August. And at the end of the month, we might also get another anime New York City promo, another convention promo, which also might give us some new info on the anime that they were developing. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see. So, with August done and the Playful Land rerun done, we are moving straight into September. Now for September, we have Jamil's birthday on the 12th and Ace's birthday on the 23rd. My predictions for September, we might be getting a Rolo SSR rerun banner. However, keep in mind, Rolo SSR could actually happen from July to September. Like, I think if you missed out on Rolo's SSR last year, you might want to save up for July to September. It's very flexible, it could appear in any of those months, I think. Another thing that I predicted, we might get another Culinary Crucible rerun, this time with Jade SR and Lydia's SR, Deuce's SR and Jamil's SR. Now, I personally started playing around Deuce's and Jamil's SR rerun, so I'm looking forward to if I can get my hands on Jade and Lydia, because that is just trouble in the making, and sounds like something I want to get my hands on. Another thing that we might get is Book 7 Part 11, and Book 7 Part 11 is going to give us a new Ruggy SSR. So for Ruggy fans, keep that in mind. Book 7 Part 11, there might be something cool for you in store. Alright, that's September, and then we all know something big is going to happen in October, because we're going to get straight into a new Halloween event. October is always a month where a lot of stuff happens. We have two birthday boys in that month. We have Jack on the 11th and Trey on the 25th. Also, every October, as we all know, there is Halloween. And every Halloween we get a new big event. And last year's big event for the Japanese server will be our next Halloween event, which will be Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween event, which will be similar to Stitch's event, a Lost in a Book kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And for that Halloween event, we're going to get a new Leona SSR, a new Jamil SSR, and a new Sebek SSR, which is very exciting. As a Leona fan, that's my second nemesis right after part 10 of book 7. This is the second thing I'm going to save up for this year, which is main thing. Another big thing, in addition to the Halloween event also, is that we might get the release of the Twisted Wonderland anime around that time. They did recently announce that the anime is in production and might be releasing in October, unless the schedule's changing, this might happen around Halloween actually. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think if they're going to release the anime, they will also do some promotional material in the game. So we might get some special things around that time as well. Okay, now we only have 2 more months to go. And I'm not gonna lie, in October I've kind of ran out of things that could happen. So the next 2 months, November and December, are purely guesses. They're purely like, okay, what could happen? What might we be getting? So let's go to November. November, as we all know, is the birthday month of our beloved twin eels of Jade and Floyd, who have their birthday on the 5th of November. So what might happen is that we might get Book 7 Part 12 in November, which would give us a new Cater SSR. And at the end of the month, we might be getting another Thanksgiving celebration, just like we had this year. Now, the other thing that could happen is we might get another club card. We have 3 clubs that still need their cards released: the Equestrian Club, Board Game Club, and Film Research Club, which would be Riddle, Silver, Sebek, Idia, Azul, Vil, and Orpho. They still need their club cards released. So that could happen in November. And then the most vague month, because it's 1 year from now. 1 year from now, December will happen. I have no idea what will happen in December next year, but my personal prediction is we will definitely get Rook's birthday on the 2nd and Idia's birthday on the 18th. But another thing that could happen, we might get another Book 7 release. They've been really releasing a lot of Book 7 parts lately, so who knows, maybe we'll get a new SSR. I think if they're going to release a new SSR, it will probably be another Hatsabul SSR. They might release Duel, Stray, or Ace. Probably not Riddle, but probably one of those if they get a new SSR. Then we might get another Teacher SSR, maybe Train. He's the next one in line. He's the next one in the order of the teachers. So that could happen. And then we will probably get another Winter Holiday campaign, just like this year. So yeah. Those are my predictions for the Twisted Wonderland Showcases 2025. I hope people can plan around a little bit. I hope people know what they're looking for. I have so many SSRs this year that I'm looking forward to. Even if I'm not going to roll for them, I just look forward to them so much. This year will be filled with a lot of Book 7 parts, because they are trying to get through the story like very quickly at the moment, which I really like, because the story is just really, really good right now. And yeah, we will see what happens after that. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a nice next year. Hope you can all save up for the cards that you want. I'm also very interested in what kind of SSRs you look forward to the most. You can comment in the comment section if you want. And also, this will be one of my last videos this year. I will finish up Zoom 3 and then we will probably have a little bit of a break until New Year's. So that means I'm going to wish you all happy holidays. Hope you can spend it with your loved ones, with family and friends. Hope you get a lot of good food, watch your favorite Christmas movies or favorite movies in general. And I just hope you have a good time, and I see you next time with Zoom 3 and next year with everything else. Let's see if my predictions will come true. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.